Many applaud the removal of checking from bantam and midget hockey, but are we risking developing human piñatas on skates, endangering the future success of our hockey players? As always, we invite you to join us on our social networks at facebook.com/RBTL Sports, as well as on Twitter at RBTL Sports. We welcome to the show Anthony Corneli, RBTL contributor. Great to see you.
Good to be back.
The weather specialist himself. He's not just a weather specialist, he's the weather specialist. Great to see you, Frank Cavallaro.
Nice to be here.
Thanks for taking the time. And to yours right is David Hurley, RBTL contributor. I owe you an apology. Last week, I took a little bit of personal knock at you on air. I do apologize, but we're team players. I know you can take it.
No worries.
All right, gentlemen, huge decision by Hockey Quebec. They were the first ones to do it across Canada. Do you like the move?
I don't like it. I actually think it's going to hinder players in the league. I mean, if you look at midget double B, there's still some young developing players at that age. I mean, you got 16-year-olds that are taking to the next step. The next year could make midget AAA. If you're not playing contact hockey, you're going to be out there with a chicken with your head cut off. You're going to get hit. You're going to get hurt. I played hockey in Western Canada, and already Quebec players out anywhere else in the province are not physical.
So you believe that teaching the way to throw a body check is more important than actually not doing it? Receiving
a body check is more important than throwing a body check, as well as it is, but I mean, receiving is what's causing the injuries.
But on the flip side, would you not develop a series of players who are extremely gifted, extremely talented, extremely skilled? I mean, because the issue that I have is the most dangerous time for concussions, where they're really severely injured, is at that age. It's the 12, 13, 14, 15.
But this is the game. Hockey is body contact. Why we're eliminating so many things from the game, which is how it started many years ago. I believe there should be a little body contact.
But then on the flip side, would you not agree that because of the science of what we know now, right? We didn't know what we know now 25 years ago. So shouldn't we adapt with the times? Should we not take the necessary steps to make sure we protect their safety?
I believe the injuries are happening because players are not hitting for the right reasons. Hitting has to be tactical in hockey. You're a bigger team, you're playing a faster team, you want to slow them down. Today's game, people are hitting to hurt. That's why there's more injuries than there was.
I agree that they're hitting to hurt, but it's only because there's no more clutching and grabbing. Players are bigger, stronger, and faster, and the bodies are coming in with more impact. The thing is, hockey is supposed to be a game it's a skill. I mean, learning to play within hitting is very, very important, because look at in the NHL.
But it only affects the bottom tiers, right?
Right, but the midget double B still get players. I mean, look, in midget C, David Perron came out and was a first-round NHL draft pick. I mean, there's still guys that come out of that level. If you look in Montreal, Brandon Pruss, he never made AAA. He played AA. Of course, it's one category underneath, but there's still guys that have that opportunity who take it to the next level from the lower league.
I just think it comes down to player safety, and especially when you take a look at the neuropsychologists who come out and say, look, a concussion that you take at 12, 13, 14, 15, I was mentioning it before, is 10 times more hurtful to the body. They're not prepared for it. The body's not prepared for it,
Guys,
right?
The reality is that less than 1% of our QMJL players are getting drafted, and the numbers are going down. So we got to build from the bottom. I understand.
But wouldn't that support his point, though, that we have to start adapting to this new level of style of play?
At 12, 13, you got to let the kids skate. You got to let them develop their talents. But like he said, he played hockey out west. If we're sending in our 16-year-old boys to go into the junior majors and then get drafted and go out and get hit by 6'8",
they have to be ready.
I
agree with them. They have to be ready for some kind of contact. You can't just eliminate it and then bang, you're there, and you get hit. And what was this? Especially if the kid hasn't played with body contact.
I think it's more of a mental thing as well. Because the first time you get rattled on the ice, if you've never taken it before, your game is completely gone. You're done. You're done.
Absolutely.
And in terms of the development of players, you were talking about Western players and their attitude towards Quebec players. I'd love to hear a little bit more about that.
I mean, French players or Quebec players are known to be skilled players. They're not known to be physical guys. I mean, you look in the NHL, there's not many. You have a Max Tau, but that's pretty much it. There's not many French Quebecois players that are very physical. Now, very talented, yes. But unfortunately, the players, the grinders, the third, fourth line guys that we see in the NHL, they come from Western Hockey League. They come from Ontario Hockey League. They don't come from the QMJHL.
And why is that?
Because we don't play physical here. It's too skilled.
Now we want to eliminate it totally.
When's the last time we had a skilled player in the league? Guillaume Letendresse. Like, I don't understand.
There it is. There's a knock. Stay with us after the break. Our conversation continues right here on Read Between the Lines.
Read Between the Lines is brought to you by LavalCosm.com. It's ball hockey time.